Welcome to the channel, folks. This video is going to be different than normally my other videos because I normally am outside, but we had quite a bit of rain come through and it is wet, and for what I wanted to do is going to be wet, and I need the ground kind of dry for this. So I'm going to do a little bit of video different this time. And back a few months ago, I did a video. I have another channel called Broken Carnivore. I did a video back around the week of Labor Day, and it was removing trees away from my barn and a loafing shed. And the reason why I had to remove them is because they were growing. And I'd already removed these trees once, but unfortunately, trees will come back quickly. These trees came back in a vengeance, and so I had to get them cut out. And I'm grateful that they were easy to remove. They weren't too big, but I went over around that a week ago, and I noticed that the trees are starting to grow back. And I was told needed to wait till spring to kill it. Normally, I would use a chemical brush killer herbicide, but unfortunately, I'm not going to do that. I want this homestead to be more green because I don't want that kind of poison glyphosate or anything that sprayed around. Not only it's not good for us, it's also not good for the animals, and it can harm them, especially animals that thrives on grass and brush. Sheep loves grass. I think they eat some leaves and stuff like that. They will eat other things, and goats will do the same thing. They thrive on the brush, and they will keep your paddocks down. They'll keep the brush down. They'll keep the grass down. Not only that, you're going to get fertilizer. Well, I don't want that kind of stuff around those animals. So I wanted to do a demonstration, and I wanted to share with you a homemade remedy, but I can't do that. So I'm going to do that in another video. But the particular trees that grew really fast, and as I do, I will share snippets of this video with you, and I'll share some of the removing the trees around a building on a video that I've done. And the reason why I got to get rid of these trees and get rid of them once and for all, because if I just keep on mechanically remove them, they're going to keep on growing back. And they grow back fast, particularly a mulberry tree. And I don't know why they grow so fast here. I don't even know where they come from, because we don't have any mulberry trees on the property. And these trees all of a sudden mysteriously show up. So the only reason why I think they came, because they can be invasive, is from the birds. They eat the berries, and then as they fly, they'll fly around, and then of course they'll eat the droppings, and the droppings will fall. Well, those seeds are in there from the berries in the seeds, and they fall, and all of a sudden a tree sprouts. So that is one way these trees come to your property, because if you don't have them for miles, like, where they come from. The other one is like particularly like a cedar tree or a Bradford pear tree for Missouri. The cedar tree is native, indigenous, but the Bradford pear tree was not. It was brought here as an ornamental tree for yards, and they end up becoming an invasive, and they're all over. I have trouble trying to get rid of these trees. They are constant. It's a constant battle. They are a pretty tree, but they are a constant battle, and I had to remove them. So other way that trees can become invasive and they can get to your building and they start sprouting is because of the wind and the pollen and the cross-pollination from the trees. And then that seed pod or that pollination will blow and land, and that is a constant battle. I've already mechanically removed these trees, but unfortunately, now I'm going to have to kill them. Otherwise, I'm going to have to, every 2 weeks, especially in the summer, I'm going to have to go out there and remove them. With having a job, a full-time job, and possibly soon upcoming hip surgery, because I do have a damaged hip and I want to make sure that I don't have to have all this work done to do after I recover from that. I want to make sure that is done and be completely dead. So I will be doing another video demonstrating how I make this stuff, and I will be doing an all natural stump killer by using one natural thing that you can buy in your farm and home store that is safe, that you use on horses' hooves, and I will be using that to make a natural stump killer. It's called pine tar. Pine tar is a natural driven ingredient compound that you buy for horses. What it is, it's beneficial for the horse's hoofs. I've been using them for years. A horseshoer told us about how to use it to keep the horse's hoofs, because they do get dry, especially in the summertime. They get brittle. And the one thing is like you put this on their hooves. As a matter of fact, it's so safe that you can actually take it up above the hooves about an inch or so. So everything up above will soak into that, because everything on the hoof will wear off. And it does. It works, and it helps the horse's hoofs. So I have some of that left over in the barns when they had horses here, and I'm going to be making it with that. And so not only I'm going to be spraying this with this homemade natural brush killer that I'm going to make, you can use it as a weed killer. And this, with this pine tar, I'm going to use it to brush, because I could use used motor oil to brush on it. My grandpa did that for years when they cut trees down, when they cut trees for firewood. They don't want the trees to sprout back. They brush used motor oil with a little brush killer, but I'm not wanting to do that. I want to make it 100% natural, 100% safe around animals and humans. So that's what I'll be doing. And most of y'all probably have seen this natural weed killer. I'm just gonna make it a little bit more stout, and it is only the ingredients for this is vinegar, 1 gallon of vinegar, one tablespoon of dish soap, and 1 cup of salt. And you can just go to your local dollar store and get all the ingredients, and it's fairly cheap to make. So that's what I'll be doing. I will be doing a video, and I will share with you those ingredients. And I'm going to make this a little bit stouter, and when I get that chance, and it may be spring before I will get to do this, because I know winter's coming up and it's going to get extremely cold, and then we'll have to wait around it. But meantime, they're not gonna grow 10 foot tall really fast. They're not gonna become big trees overnight, so I don't have to worry about it. But by time summer comes around next year, I have to get these killed. So that is going to be my solution to kill it, because salt, if you put salt on a bush, it'll eventually kill it. I know, my mom did it. She wanted to kill some bushes that my dad planted a long time ago to make it a little bit safer, because someone can hide around them, and she killed one with salt, and the other one was partially killed. So, and it is proven, vinegar is very acidic, and then you put a little dish soap in it, so you have a natural, 100% natural, safe herbicide that you can spray your driveways, your brush, whatever. You may have to make a little bit stouter, and then I want to make a concoction. I'm going to see if it works, and I'll share with you those ingredients when I make that video. So I'm going to leave you with this video that I did in the past. I will share with you what I've done, removing trees, taking the brush over, and I'm hoping that you can enjoy. Behind me, I have a outbuilding here with a tree growing beside it. And for the last day, I have been clearing these mulberry trees away from these buildings. I started yesterday with the barn. They were overgrown. Let's get started. All right, I'm going to wrap this video up. I'm glad you stopped by today. I know it wasn't much, but this is my life. This is my journey of building a homestead on a budget. And if you do one thing for me, please subscribe to Show Me Homesteader. Hit that notification bell so you know when another video will come out. Hit the like button and comment down below where you're from and say hi and why you enjoy watching homesteading or why you want to become a homesteader. Like always, let's be kind, be positive, have a good attitude, and encourage and support one another. Y'all have a great day. God bless, and I'll see you on the next one.